Sir, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Feels great to start this series all over again. I've got a bunch of things to talk about. Very excited. So let's get started. So I don't want to bore you guys with my life story. I'm going to keep this simple and sweet and short. Traveling as a lineman, building power lines in different states, away from my family is not working. So I had a great idea. I've had quite a few people reach out to me, say, hey man, would you be interested in working on my truck? I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I kind of don't do that no more. Then all of a sudden I had this idea. So I'm willing to work on your vehicle. If you are willing to bring it to me or transport it to me, my work fee is what I charge is $20 an hour. I'll build you whatever you want. You want to build a chassis? $20 an hour. You want to body drop your truck? $20 an hour. You want to put air suspension in your truck? $20 an hour. I don't care. $20 an hour. Let's do it. I'm going to be purely working by appointments only. So currently, we've got a customer's vehicle. I'm going to go over that in a minute. But you might say to yourself, Jay, why are you working so cheap for? Why are you cutting yourself short? With making monies for yourself. And I'll explain why. So, yeah, I can make a lot of money building power lines, but I'm never going to be home, ever. All the work is up north. I live down south, so the southern states are more non-union than union. I am a union journeyman lineman, aka power line builder professional. So you're just not going to make the money you can up north. And you're going to say, well, you could work down south. Well, of course I can, but if you're traveling, what's the difference if you're traveling 10 hours or 5 hours away versus 25 hours away? There's no difference. You're still traveling away from home. You're not going to be sleeping in your bed at night. You're not coming home on the weekends. It's next to impossible. And I just can't do it. I had a really dark moment, and I'm being personal with you guys. I really never ever want to feel the way I felt like that ever again. I'm not killing myself. I'm having a great time. I'm making a great video for you guys. Someone that waited years is finally getting his vehicle done. He's going to get a really nice piece of artwork when it's all said and done. And I'm home. I'm going to go have breakfast with my wife in, I don't know, half an hour or so. I could see my kids. Hey, Dad, all that fun stuff like you guys do. I'm happy with $20 an hour. I don't care. It sounds cheap, but most shops sound really expensive. So that's all. I'm just trying to help you guys understand why I'm working for $20 an hour. Yeah, the price is going to go up a little bit, but even if it went up to $30 an hour, that's an extra $400 a week on a 40-hour work week. So instead of $800, you're talking $1,200. It's not a lot of money, and the amount of work that I can do in 1 week would just, you guys see it, it'd blow your mind. So it's going to give me content for the channel, number one. It's going to keep me home, working, number two. And number three, it's a win-win for you and a win-win for me. So I've got some appointments that are booked up. Once this is completed, I have another vehicle. I can't get into that just yet. If he pulls the trigger, it's going to be one badass build for sure. And then I've got other things lined up for the future. So things are looking good. I have all sorts of tools coming. I've got a monster bead roller coming, 36-inch motorized bead roller. I've got a shrinker stretcher coming. I'm fixing to pick up a larger, brand new Millermatic. I think it's a 252 is the model. I forget, but either way, anyway, but yes. And then I want to get a TIG welder. I want to learn to TIG weld. My son wants to learn to TIG weld. So that's the plan. 20 bucks an hour. I'll work on anything you want. You're gonna pay me weekly. And check this out. I haven't punched in in years. This is the customer's truck. We're just starting it today. We punched in at 7:30 to work on his build. And that's how every vehicle will be done. You get to see progress on your truck, daily, weekly progress. When I tell you a date that it's going to be done, that's the date that it's going to be done. There's no mystery behind it. Oh my God, yeah, he said he was going to have it done in 2 weeks, but it's not done in 2 weeks, and I don't know. There won't be none of that BS, okay? If I tell you it's going to be done in 3 weeks, it'll be done in 3 weeks. You come pick it up and enjoy your ride. And then on to the next one. I'll have a little bit of a break in between each vehicle. I think it's going to work out great. So anyway, let's get started with this video. So I've got a customer here, wants it to lay chassis. This poor kid has waited, I want to say close to 3 years to get his truck worked on. We've got a fuel cell, 2 compressors, some valves, a C-notch, roadie fab, triangulation kit. So this is what we're going to be installing on the front of his truck. We're going to back half the chassis. So in between all this chaos, Samurai, I'm fixing some stuff that needed to get some more lights on, get buttoned up on this. For one, this was added. Obviously, all the bare metal stuff was added. I've got to sand it down, primer it, epoxy primer, and then Herculine it. I'm very disappointed. I spent a lot of time yesterday installing these lights. I thought they were going to be the ones, but they're not. They're just not bright enough. So that one don't work. The one in the front don't work. That's why I had tested everything. So I've had these for a few weeks. Garbage. I had to order some new lights off Amazon. Gonna fix the harness for the Samurai. Wire loom it really nice. I gotta put ends on it. Deutsch connectors. And yeah, but in between working on this. Now this poor kid, keep in mind, this poor kid, imagine you have a vehicle and you waited 3 years for someone to call you and say, hey man, you're ready. And he reached out to this guy or this shop or whatever numerous times, and he was he was let down. So like I said, we're going to do full air suspension, lay chassis, do a nice clean setup in the back, and make this guy happy. All right, we're about an hour and a half in. Got the inner fender cut out. Fixing to trim out all of the old bum stop. The shock mount has to get cut straight across. I plan to, this bevel, see how it's beveled in right here, plasma cut all this out. Obviously it has to get close to the frame. This whole thing will be nice and clean, and then I'll reinforce the inside of here, because this is what holds your upper control arm on, and make it nice and strong. The lower control arm link, this bar right here that my finger's pointing to, I'm leaving that on. That's keeping the caster set where it needs to be. So what I'm going to end up doing is, once I get all this stuff cleaned out, we're going to mock up the roadie fab triangulation kit. So this will end up going something like this, somewhere in here, like so. I have to see how his brackets are set up, but that's basically it. And we need this to be parallel with this, because if this is cockeyed, the arm will never go up and down. So that is that. let's get started. All right, so now you can kind of get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. This piece is basically ready to come out. I got one more cut in the back. Once this is removed, I need to clean up all this, make this nice and flat. Obviously this has to stay. This is your upper control arm. This is going to get cut across the top, cleaned up, and then I'll put a plate inside of here, which the airbag will get mounted to, and you'll see in a little bit. That wasn't supposed to happen. My zip tie broke. Must have got hot or something. But there's our plate. And you'll see it'll all start to make sense. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but shut off my noise box. It's time to go have breakfast. Most important thing when mounting your airbag, once your control arm is bottomed out, the degree of the control arm, let's say it's at 29 degrees, you know, like this, your airbag has to get, your upper bracket has to get pitched to 29 degrees, and everything else will jive like money. So I'd rather leave more meat on here like this, grind it off, cut it off, whatever I've got to do, then cut into the frame accidentally, you know, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to do that. All right, so currently I just have everything sitting into place. I have our bag location. Let me do this. I'm using my piece of wood, which compresses to a 2,500 pound bag. I've got to make little feet to secure the bottom mount onto the lower control arm, but that's where our mount is going to go roundabout. I gotta dial it in better with a angle finder, but pretty certain and confident that that's where it's going to sit, the bag. Let me show you what we did on the other side. So currently got the old bubble cut out. I have a piece that's going to go in here like so, makes it nice and flat. I'll fill it in, grind it down smooth, and then we can weld. This is 1/4 inch. We can weld our bag mount onto here, but cut out his inner fenders. I still got to grind everything up. I'm gonna make, you know, new ones, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice to see progress. It's nice to see something new. I have firecracker hair. I've got dirt in my face. I'm a big disgrace and kicking this can all over the place. What song is that? Come on, figure it out. Anyway, have a great day. My heart to you guys. Like I said, I poured it out earlier. Just speaking the truth, being honest. And there we go. Maybe we're off to something good. Fingers crossed. Have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of yous. Without you, these videos are not possible. That is true and accurate information. So we'll see you the next one. Talk to y'all soon.